Hello, and welcome to Doobies with Doug. For reference, this is a celebratory reefer. What am I celebrating, you may ask? Well, that, my friend, is simple. I am celebrating the fact that I can and will roll a gigantic fucking doobie. Whether or not I can get it smoking or not remains to be seen. So we had torrential downpours from about 1 in the morning last night until about, oh, I don't know, 11:30 this afternoon. And it's what we refer to around here as partly. You can put whatever adjective you want behind it, it's partly. Partly rainy, partly windy, partly sunny, partly not windy, partly wavy, partly. It's partly. So, it took me a walk on the beach. With the plans of smoking this here doobie on the beach. But for some odd reason, it's beyond my ken, which is an ancient Irish word, Celtic word, I think, for knowing. It's beyond my ken. There's 39 motherfuckers at the beach today, and their dogs. So, not being in the mood for people, as usual, I decided to come back up here, sit in my comfortable little spot, and smoke my doobie. If you ever wondered what the rest of my place looks like, excuse the mess, but I'm a swap. That's my yard. There ain't nothing back here but a pile of dirty laundry and a bathroom that isn't used and a closet full of clean laundry. So basically, that's the laundry room, clean or dirty. This piece here, I would guess, is probably 10 feet long. Yeah, about 10 feet in the main cabin here, 9 feet wide. I know it's 9 feet because I'm forever buying tarps for this motherfucker. I've measured it a bunch. And it's only I think on the title it said 18-foot trailer, which it sure don't sound much like much, but it's more than adequate for me. This wall's coming out. The bathroom's coming out. This refrigerator and cabinetry over here is all coming out. Everything in this room, this stupid table right here, is coming out. I'm still going to use the table. I'm just not going to have it on these stupid metal poles. I hate these things. Not like sitting here, but I can't move your goddamn fucking feet. Having to do the sideways scooch to get in and out of the son bitch. I hate the way campers are laid out. I'm just gonna put a fucking chair in here. I'm the only one ever here. There's that couch thingy over there. I got rid of the foam off of that right away, and I'm slowly turning it into a shelving unit over there. But for $600, you take what you get. Work with it. I think altogether, $600 for the trailer itself. I paid $50 to have it moved from where I used to live over to here. And maybe $200 worth of tarps in 2.5 years, whatever it's been, 2 years, a little over 2 years I've been in it. So, can't complain about that shit. Lot rent's $200 a month. Really can't complain about that shit. Neighborhood's pretty cool, pretty quiet. Got the beach right there. I fall asleep listening to the surf every night. Spent 45 minutes this morning interviewing another politician to give her the chance to potentially win my vote. She failed. That's interesting. I think my kidneys just did a backflip. Ooh, doggy. So people ask me sometimes, isn't smoking a joint that big? Especially by yourself? Fucking wasteful? Well, I said, not at all. If you watch closely, I will not waste a single puff. If at any point it fails to enhance my experience, I will stop doing it. Okay, I play guitar because I like the way guitars sound. And I like the way they sound when I play with them. I smoke pot because it makes me feel good. And the more of it I smoke, the better I feel. I don't know what the fuck is so complicated about all of this. Y'all motherfuckers need Buddha. You need to fucking just fucking let go of all this bullshit, man. So many people, everybody, carrying around this fucking bullshit attachments about how things should be and how people should act and what you should expect from things. I can tell you this much right now. By the time I was 16 years old, I knew that if you went into any situation with expectations, you were going to be disappointed. Especially when it comes to human behavior. If you have any kind of expectation about how human beings are going to behave, any type of assumptions, you're of the habit of imposing your moral imperatives on other people, you're going to be sadly disappointed. Just let go of it. Just let people be them and you be you. And let it be it and do your thing. If everybody else is thinking outside of the box, thinking in the box is different. So if everybody's thinking outside of the box, then thinking inside the box is thinking outside the inside of the box. Where is this box? Is it near the point? And what about the innumerable pile of things that are beside the point? Is that where the box is? Is next to the pile of things that's beside the point? Or is it near where they keep the tubes? Anybody that remembers George Carlin will remember that he, like I, have never seen any fucking tubes. This country's going down the tubes. What tubes? Is there an agency that controls these tubes? What can be done? Little Jack Horner sat in a corner, eating his Christmas pie. Stuck in his thumb, pulled out a plum, and said, "Holy shit, am I high?" George Carlin. It's said that you can tell a lot about somebody by who their heroes are. And I never really had any heroes according to the definition of what a hero is. Okay? I was obsessed with Evel Knievel. He wasn't my hero. I wanted to watch him die. The man was an idiot. He was insane. He was a fucking lunatic. And what fun to watch. He wasn't my hero. Okay? I was obsessed with Bruce Lee and his life and his philosophy. The guy was abusive to most of the people in his life, obsessed with his work, is so overwrought and overstressed that it eventually fucking caused an aneurysm in his brain and killed him. He's not my hero. My hero would be somebody I would want to emulate and be like. I'm a massive fan of the teachings or the movement spurred by Mahatma Gandhi. I'm a big fan of that type of thinking. Not my hero. I don't have a hero. Maybe that's what's wrong with me. Just role models? Not really, no. I never tried to model myself after anybody. I never felt a need to or a desire to. Why would I be anything but me. My mom used to tell me that when I was less than a year old, one of the first phrases that I caught from conversation, well, I got it from her because she used to say it to me constantly. When I would cry or fuss, she'd say, "Oh, bullshit. There's nothing wrong with you. Bullshit." And that's been one of my words. That's one of the first 20 fucking words I had. Bullshit. Maybe that's got something to do with it as well. It's one of the first words I learned. Bullshit. Yes, no, ma, da, ba, bullshit. It's I can almost guarantee you it's the most powerful word in my life. I actually fucking told the judge at my sentencing. You know and I know this is bullshit. And he did. He knew it was bullshit. So yeah, apparently I have a built-in or a very early programmed bullshitometer. And the older I get, the less of a tolerance for bullshit I have. So I'll just put it fucking bluntly. If you don't like great big fucking joints, fuck you. There's something wrong with you. My guess is you're suffering from bullshit. What'd he die of? Terminal bullshit. That's what happened. He just stood up and said, I can't take this bullshit anymore. And then he dropped dead. I don't know. Spontaneously just fucking pop. Here's the story about bullshit. About a year ago. Maybe a little longer than that. I'm not sure. Time is fuzzy with me. I had issues getting my unemployment checks. They were way fucking behind, like 5 months. I've been approved. All my weeks have been approved. I've done all my work searches, blah, 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 blah. They were having a hard time direct depositing it to my account for some reason. I couldn't figure out why. Okay. Eventually, it turned out because my account was with something called MetaBank, which isn't a real bank, and the feds won't do business with it for some reason, or the state, I mean. So, go through bullshit. It takes me 5 months because it's an unemployment department, and they fucking issue me paper checks. So they started in reverse and gave me that week, and then a few days later, I got two more for another couple weeks prior to that, and then like a week later, I got like 14 checks. And some of them were for my unemployment, and some of them were the stimulus kicker. So some of them were like $300, some of them were like $700. So what I was doing was, when I needed some cash, I'd take them to town and I'd fucking cash them at the fucking Safeway. They charge me $8. I don't give a fuck. I'm going there anyway, right? Well, Safeway, all of a sudden wouldn't cash it. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm talking to my buddy. He says, hey, a friend of mine's the manager down there in the U.S. bank. She has been for years. Let's just go set you up an account, deposit the money in the fucking account, and then you got it, and it's good, and you don't have to cash shit. I'm like, yeah, I probably should have a bank account. What the fuck? So I go down to the U.S. bank. I have done banking before. I am not stupid. I talked to the guy. I said, hey, can I open an account with these checks, my ID, my address, and have full access to that cash no later than Monday morning? This was on a Friday morning. And he says, absolutely. He says, in fact, if you want to open an account now, I can cash one or two of these checks for you in cash, and the rest will be available on your debit card or at the drive-through window Monday morning. And well, you're sure of that? He says, yes. So he yada yada yada, and he shows me some terms of agreements, the contract, right? Now, unlike most people, when it comes to my money, I read that motherfucking shit to the letter, every last letter, and I ask questions, and I read through it, and I didn't see anything that would give them the right to reserve my funds for any length of time. So I fucking signed it. And I handed him the checks. I said, no, I don't need to cash any right now, but I will need almost all of that money Monday morning because I'm way behind on my rent. No problem. I go home. 4 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock, something like that afternoon. I get a call from the corporate office that my account has been frozen. No, it was an email from the corporate office that my account has been frozen due to Homeland Security protocol. I'm like, what? Monday morning, I go marching right back on fucking down there. I'm like, hey, Mr. Cameron, sir. That's his name. His first name's Cameron. Well, hey, Cameron. You said I could have my money Monday. Well, I know there was an issue because your ID was out of state, and now it's pinged up on the corporate that it's a Homeland Security, and they have to freeze it for 14 days. And I'm like, whoa, stop. You said I would have my money on Monday morning. When you said that, you had already photocopied my Michigan ID and agreed to make sure my money was there Monday morning. There was no caveats in anything that I signed. There was no legal doublespeak in anything that I signed. And if you're not going to establish my account, you can give me my checks back and I will leave with them. Right? I can't do that. Then give me my money. Cash them and give me my money. If you've endorsed them already, cash them and give me my money. I can't do that. At this point, I'm livid. So I go talk to my buddy who knows the manager. And he says, the kid screwed up, but there's no way to hold him accountable for it. He went and talked to the branch manager. And he said he's beholden to corporate to fix it. He said what she said to do was to go back down there and discuss it with him again and see what the earliest and what the most direct path to clear up the address issue. because the checks weren't issued to the address on my fucking ID. Because I still had my Michigan ID. So I go down there and I'm like, what can I do to expedite this process so that I have my money by the end of the day or by tomorrow? I'm willing to give you that tomorrow just to make you happy. There is nothing. So if you had brought in a piece of mail with your current address on it before I sent it to corporate, I could have done that and it would have not have happened. But it's too late for that. So I'm like, so you fucked up. And now I'm getting evicted because you didn't keep your agreement. Now, the thing that I'm leaving out in the interim of all of this is I've come home, been pissed off, had time, got on this fucking thing, researched banking law, researched the legalities of it, researched exactly how to go about doing it. So as soon as he says there is no way that I can get my money from them, I get on the phone. I already had the guy's number and I had already spoken to him and he had already told me what to ask the guy. So I did. I got on the phone. He says, okay. Within 5 minutes, their phone is ringing and it's the Securities and Exchange Commission. And they want to know why they're withholding my money. Meanwhile, I have hung up. And according to the guy that I spoke to, the legal advisor, I called the local sheriff's department and told them I was having issues with the bank illegally holding my funds. And then I gave them the reference number that the SEC guy gave. And you're like, snowballing me. They won't even let me in the bank. This kid's coming out talking to me in the fucking parking lot. They won't even let me in the bank. And I haven't been hostile, raised my voice, said one mean thing to anybody. I'm just trying to sort this shit out. And all of a sudden, they won't even let me in the bank. Right? So this fucking sheriff's deputy shows up. This camera kid comes out. And I'm like, this is what's going on. Yep. I've already talked to a lawyer about subpoenaing the security cameras in this bank. And I know all conversations in this bank are audio and video recorded at all times. I know all about the bank security. I know that teller was wearing a microphone. That guy was wearing a microphone when he talked to me. I know it. I saw it. Okay? I'm going to subpoena all of that. He made a legally binding contract with me and broke it, and now he is keeping my money from me. He took my money on a promissory contract, and now he's keeping it from me illegally. It's against the law. It's theft. It's $3,700, and I want it now. Right? Sheriff's completely not a help. Until the SEC calls the sheriff's department. Then they're a help. I was so pissed I left. Because they're like, we don't have to give you nothing. We don't have to issue a cat. We don't, our policy, blah, 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 blah. And this Cameron kid's just right in front of the sheriff, just telling me it's our policy. I'm not beholden to it. You can't. I'm all, dude, the guy, that person right there took money from me, promising to give me something, and he hasn't given it to me. That's against the law. And you know that's against the law. The deputy wouldn't do shit. That's when I got pissed off, fucking left, and went home. It's like a 4-mile walk. I get home. I'm here like 20 minutes. I'm fucking fuming. Get between me and my money. You see one mad motherfucker. Ooh. I get a phone call. It's Cameron. There's a cashier's check waiting for you at the drive-thru. Now, if I wasn't an asshole, that bullshit would have flown. They would have held my money for 30 days. Mind you, after the state's already been fucking me over for 5 fucking months. The bank would have held my money for another 30 motherfucking days while they made sure I didn't actually live in Michigan. For fuck's sake. So, that's some bullshit. But they can just get away with that. This joint is just now getting down to the size of a normal joint. I've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I'm gonna do what they say can be done. Holy moly, on a fucking stick. He said fuck stick. Top of this. Oh, marijuana has been very, very good to me. Fuck, I love smoking pot. Every now and then I'll be smoking and I'll have this fucking flashback to sitting in a fucking trailer park with a fucking frisbee. Trying to make a fucking headachy ass motherfucking brown pot fucking joint to get half stoned with. You smoke like 10 of them to get high, man. Terrible days. And the days of yore, I'm telling you what, man. You know how to use one of these kind of fucking postal scales? Weigh out a chunk of brown shit. I haven't seen fucking seeded commercial pot fucking 20 years. I haven't seen it. Of course, I ain't been to Indiana. Just passing through. It's 2008 or 9 's the last time I remember seeing commercial grade pot. And that shit was like $25 an ounce in Nuevo. 20. We used to pay one fucking 21.30 for decent Mexican pot. I won't pay that for fucking sticky green now. But I'm here to tell you, I bought the $10 a gram ounces here, and I bought the fucking $3 a gram ounces here, and for the most part, they came off the same plant. Most of the difference is cosmetic. Now, there's certain stores here in town, you got to know their timing. And what you do is, you figure out when the bottoms of their jars hit. They're cheap jars. They're $3 jars, $4 jars, and $5 jars, and ones that empty out real fast. Figure out how often a day they dump out. Try to get there right when the fucking jar's empty. Just before it's empty. If you can get there and buy the last ounce, you fucking nailed it. The meat is sweeter, closest to the bone, my dear. It might not be the prettiest until you throw it underneath a goddamn microscope and realize that shit's fucking so goddamn trichromy. Fuck, man. All the key, any trichromes that break off the plant that are in the jars, and as they're getting handled, all go to the bottom of the jar. Holy fuck, that's a gooey ass bomb. It's literally like oozing fucking gooiness out the end. Yay, goo. Somebody says, doesn't that gross you out? I'm like, nope. No, not even in the slightest bit. Now, if you let that oil set for a couple hours, yeah, that'll gross me out. But when it's nice and warm like that, coming right out of the plant as it burns, it's fucking sweet like hash. Woo! Holy shit. My buddy asked me, why do you do that when you cough? Is it to expand your lungs? I'm like, nah, man, it's to stay on the fucking roller coaster. Shit. I'm trying to fucking ride. Woo! Know what I'm saying? You seen me waste any of this yet? I often wonder, are the shifts in consciousness that take place in my head when I'm getting stoned, are they at all visible to other people? Like, I'll take a rip, man, and the universe is just going. Reality rotary adjustable. Holy moly, that is smoking really nice. Yeah, it's just one retarded sized joint. So 2 1.5s would make it a triple, right? I used 2 of these. This is a 1.5, right? I didn't fill them. If I did, it'd be like that big, and we'd be here for like 2 hours plus tacos. I'm ready for tacos like a motherfucker already. Wow. My buddy Rich used to ask me bazillions of questions, and one of my favorite was, have you ever passed out from smoking weed? I'm like, yeah. He says, then why do you do it? Because sometimes passing out's what I need to do. No, I'm not trying to make the world go away. No, I'm not trying to shut anything out. No, I'm not covering up for anything. No, I'm not doing it because I'm addicted. No, to all your questions, Mr. Anti-Reefer Man. I get high because I like to be high. And for no other fucking reason. And I don't need any other reason. What other reason do I need? I like to do it. It hurts no one. 41 minutes. I don't think I got enough memory to make it through this whole joint. I don't think the computer can do it either. So, in a cloud of fucking smoke, I'm gonna have to say good day to y'all. Thanks for taking a ride on Doobies with Doug. Fuck, I'm stoned. Look at my eyes, man. See you guys.